Yeah, hello everyone. This is Raghav from Sanamiti College. So today we'll discuss about ARM7 LPC2148 microcontroller. Now, first of all, what do you mean by ARM? ARM stands for Advanced RISC Machine. Now, what this ARM will do is that ARM will design the architecture. Now, this architecture will be purchased by several companies like Samsung, Atmel, TI, and etc. So many companies will purchase this architecture. After purchasing this architecture, they will do some modification in that architecture based on their requirements, and they will manufacture different types of microcontrollers, some kind of electronic devices, and so on. So similarly, now this ARM7 LPC2148 is actually a microcontroller designed by NXP Philips company. Now there are many versions of ARM7 are there in this LPC2148, like ARM7 LPC2148 TDMI, ARM7 LPC2148 TDMI-S. So now we are just speaking about the LPC and TDMI. Now let me see what I mean by LPC. LPC stands for Linear Programming Control. TDMI stands for Thumb Architecture Extension. D stands for Debug Extension. M stands for Multiplier. I stands for Embedded IC, where IC means in circuit emulator. Now, ARM7 consists of many cores like ARM700, 710, 720T, ARM7 TDMI, ARM7 TDMI-S, and so on. Out of all these things, ARM7 TDMI and ARM7 TDMI-S are the most popular ones. Now, when we look at this ARM7 LPC2148, which is actually an IC, which is a 64-pin IC. Now, this microcontroller is having a 64-pin IC. So in this 64-pin IC, each pin will work as a multifunction. That means pin number 1 can act as in a 4 different functions. But one thing, at a time, it can perform only one function. Now, how to tell that pin number 1 should perform whether first function, second function, or third function? How to tell to pin number 1 to perform only first function or second function? That is by the one of the register that is called as pin select register. So pin select register will tell to pin number 1 that you are going to, that pin is supposed to work as either as a first function or a second function or a third function. Now, coming to this 64 pin, actually these 64 pin are divided into two ports. Port 0, port 1. Each port will be having 32 bits. So that means port 0 will be from port 0.0 to port 0.31. Similarly, port 1 will be having from port 1.0 to port 1.31. So now this is the IC, 64-pin IC of NXP LPC2148. You can see here each pin is identified by a port number. See here, the starting it has been written P0.24. So that means pin number 1 is identified by a port number P0.21, where P0 is a port 0, dot 21 is the bit number. Similarly, when I come to pin number 2 is identified by P0.22. That means it is from port 0 with a bit number 22. Like this. At pin number 4, we have P1.19. So in this port 1 we are having and the bit number 19. Similarly, if we go to some other pins like pin number 8, we have port P1.18, that is port 1 bit number 18. So now what exactly it mean? You come, if you see all the pin numbers here, all pin numbers will be started with some either from P1 dot something or P0 dot something. So that means each pin will be identified by its port number, right? Either it will be port 0 or port 1. But there are some few pins are there. If you see that pin number 3, we have only one thing, RTCX1. That means now, if you come back to pin number 1 here, you can see here this pin number 1 will be identified by P0.21. Right? I told you each pin is going to perform either 3 or 4 functions. So, out of which only one function will be performed at a time. So now in this pin number 1, you can see there are 4 functions are there. The first function itself is P021, that means we call it as GPIO, general purpose input output we call it as. Next we call it as, the next function is PWM5, that means pulse width modulation 5, that is the second function. The third function is AD 1.6, that means unlock to digital 1.6. And the fourth function is CAP 1.3. So that means here pin number 1 is going to perform 4 different functions, out of which only one function will be performed at a time. So whenever it will perform the first function, that means we are going to perform GPIO, that means general purpose input output function we are going to perform. Similarly, pin number 2 is also having P0 is also having 4 different functions. So you can see here the first function is P0.22, that means this is a GPIO function. Next is AD 1.7 function. Next function is CAP 0.0. Next function is MAT 0.0. So like this, each pins here will be having either 3 to 4 functions. 3 to function. Almost all of the pins will be performing, each pin will be performing 3 to 4 functions. But there are some few pins are there, like pin number 3. You can see here at pin number 3, it is only performing only one function, RTCX1. Only one function will be performed. Similarly, pin number 5, you can see only one function, RTCX2. Similarly, you can see here 43, 42 VDD VS and 51, 50, 49 VDD VS VBAD. So like this, I hope you can understand that here almost all the pins can perform 3 to 4 functions, almost all, but some few pins will perform only one function. Right. So this is the pin diagram of NXP LPC 2148. Now this is the other way. This is from pin number 17 to 23. You can see here P0.31, P0.0, P1.31, P0.1 and so on. Okay, so this is all the pin diagram of NXP LPC 2148. Now again coming to this, some few highlights of this. I told you there are two ports are there in NXP LPC 2148. One is port 0, the other one is port 1. Port 0 consists of 32 bits, which is from P0.0 to P0.31. So that means there are totally 32 bits are there. 32 bits are there. Out of this 32 bits, out of these 32 pins or 32 bits, only 28 pins we are utilizing from port 0. Only 28 pins. Out of 32 pins, we are utilizing only 28 pins. Right? So now this all these 28 pins are GPIO pins only. But when I come with P0.31, this is the pin which can perform only GPO, that means general purpose output. But these 28 pins can perform both general purpose input and output. But P0.31 can perform only general purpose output pin. And also P0.24, P0.26 and P0.27, these pins are used are for the future purpose, that means it is reserved. Coming to the port 1, port 1 also consists of 32 pins, that is from P1.0 to P1.31, right? So that means in the previous diagrams you would have seen that each pin is identified by the port number P0.21, P0.22, each pin. So that means here these port numbers will be assigned to these pins. Okay, in this case of in port 1, we have P1.0 to P1.31, which is of 32 pins. But these that I am not using all these 32 pins, but instead I am using only 16 pins can be configured as GPIO pins. So that means remaining 16 pins, that is from P1.0 to P1.15, are not used in port 1. Okay, so port P1.0 to P1.15 are not used for not used, but these are used for future purpose. But only P1.16 to P1.31, so these 16 pins can be used as GPIO pins. Are you getting this point? So in port 0, P0.0 to P0.31. So totally 32 pins will be there. Out of that, I am using only 28 pins I am using as GPIO. So remaining P0.31 is only a GPO pin, and P0.24, 26, 27 are used for future purpose. In port 1, which is I am having from P1.0 to P1.31, out of 32 bits, I am using only 16 pins. 16 pins. So that means P1.0 to 1.15, we are not going to use anything. These are all used for future purpose, but only P1.16 to 1.31, we are going to use it as GPIO pins. Now, for example, if I have written here something like P0.16, that means it indicates port 0 and bit number is P0 means port 0, 16 means here bit number. Port 0, bit number 16. Now, I should tell here one important thing here. Most of the pins in both I/O ports of LPC2148 have more than one function. That is what we discussed. Each pin is going to perform more than one function. That is, they are multiplexed with alternate functions. Now, since then I told you this each pin will be performing multiple functions. Then how to select to perform only one function in that pin? That is by using pin select register. Pin cell register. So that is what I have written here. Now port 0 and port 1 values in pin cell register. If my port value if it is 00, if it is 00, that means it is going to select the first function, primary function, which is always a GPIO function. If my port value is 01, then that means it is going to perform first function, first alternate function. If it is 10, then it is going to perform second alternate function. If my port value is 11 in pin select register, then it is going to perform third alternate function or reserved function. Now I have taken an example for a port number P0.0. You can see here at pin number 19, I have this pin P0.0, pin number 19. Now what did I told? This pin number 19 is having three different functions. First function is P0.0, second function is TXT0, and third function is PWM1. Now I want to make this pin number 19 to perform either this first function or second function or the third function. Then how to do that? This can be done by using a pin cell register. In pin cell register, if my P0.0 value is 00, in pin select register, if that P0.0 value is 00, that means it is going to perform the first function, typically GPIO. That means it is going to perform P0.0 function, which is a GPIO function. If my P0.0 value is 01, that means it is going to perform first alternate function TXD0. That means it is written here, the second function here is TXD0. Correct? If my P0.0 value is 10, then it is going to perform second alternate function, which is PWM1. So you can see here in the third function is PWM1, right? So now if it is going to have P0.0 equals 11, that means in this case it is reserved. Why? Because there are only three functions are pin number 19, right? So this is how, by using pin select register, whatever the value is there in the particular port number, so according to that my function will be chosen. Now for example, if I take now the example with respect to pin number 22. Pin number 22 is identified by, okay, let me take pin number 21. Pin number 21 let me take. If this pin number 21 is actually identified by P0.1, port number P0.1. If suppose the pin in pin register value, in pin select register value, if P0.1 value is 00, then it is going to perform the first function, that is the GPIO function. If P0.1 equals 01, that means it is going to perform the first alternate function, correct? That is RXT0, it is going to perform. If P0.1 value is 10, then it is going to perform the second alternate function, which is PWM3. Now, if suppose P0.1 is value is 11, then it is going to perform the third alternate function, that is EINT0. Are you getting this point? So this is how, by using the pin select register value, in that by assigning the values to each port, I can select what type of function I can choose from each pin. So later on, with a better examples and showing how actually the pin selector register looks like, we'll discuss about the pin cell register and choosing a function in each pin. Now this is the pin descriptions. Now as I told you that this is the pin description, I just taken one snapshot where it will tell us about from P0.0 to P0.31. So coming to this P0.0, which is at pin number 19, just now we discussed pin number 19 is identified by pin 0.0. If this pin 0.0 value is 00, then it is going to perform the general purpose input output digital pin, that means GPIO, it is going to perform. If P0.0 is 01, then it is going to perform the first alternate function, that is transmitter output for UART0, that means TXD0. If P0.0 is 01, it is going to perform TWM operation, that is what it is written here, PWM1 operation. So like this, each pin can be performed the different function by assigning the value for these particular ports in a pin select register. Now you can see, now this is one example. Now if these are all the port numbers, if my P0.0 value is 00, then it is going to perform GPIO function. One thing you should know that whatever the port number you take, if those port values are 00, then in default it is going to perform GPIO functions. All these ports, if its value is 00, then it is going to perform the GPIO function, general purpose input output, a normal function. If suppose P0.0 value is 01, then it is going to perform TXT0 operation. If P0.0 value is 10, then it is going to perform PWM1 operation. If P0.0 value is 11, that is reserved in this case. So like this, I have written for all the ports, whenever P0.1 value is 01, it is going to perform RXT. If P0.1 is 10, it is going to perform PWM3. If P0.1 is 11, it is going to perform EINT0. So like this, I have defined for all the port numbers, right? Okay. Now coming to this pin select register. Now, as I told you, this pin select register is helpful to choose the pin function. Now, what function that pin should perform, that is decided by this pin select register. Pin cell register means it is pin select register. It is selecting which function it should perform. Now this pin select register is 32-bit register, is a 32-bit register. Any pin of LPC2148 can have maximum of 4 functions. As I told, each pin can perform 3 or 4 functions. So that is what the maximum of 4 function it can perform. Hence, in order to select one of the 4 functions, two corresponding bits of pin cell registers are required. As I told you, for choosing P0.0 as GPIO, then I want to assign that P0.0 value with 00 in order to perform GPIO function. Right? So that means 00 means how many bits? 2 bits are there. So that means 2 by having 2 bits, I can choose my functions in any pins. So now a 32 pin cell register can control 16 pins, correct? No? So why? Because each function can be represented by 2 bits. So that is why it is going to control by 16 pins. 16 into 2 is 32 bit, correct? So it is going to control only 16 pins. One pin cell register can control 16 pins of ARM7 LPC2148 IC. Like this, there are 3 pin select registers are there. There are totally 3 pin select registers are there. So what are all those 3 pin cell register? Pin cell 0, pin cell 1, pin cell 2. So there are 3 registers are there. Now what pin cell 0 will do? Pin cell 0 will have the bits of port 0 pins from P0.0 to P0.15. That means P0.0 is identified for one pin, correct? P0.1 will be identified by one more pin. So similarly, P0.15 will be identified by one more pin of the NXP LPC2148 IC. So that means pin cell 0 is able to identify the pins from P0.0 to P0.15. That means totally 16 pins are identified by pin cell 0. In pin cell 1 register, so it is going to identify the pins from P0.16 to P0.31. In pin cell 2, it will be having the values for the pins from P1.16 to P1.31. So why here P1.0 to P1.15 is not there? Why? Because those port numbers I am not using in this NXP LPC2148. That is why P1.0 to P1.15 I am not having anything. So this is very important. Pin cell 0 means it will be having the values of port number P0.0 to P0.15. Pin cell 1 register will be having the values of port number P0.16 to P0.31. Pin cell 2 register will be having the port values from P1.16 to P1.31. Correct? So now let me see. So okay, this is the just symbolic representation of port 0. Port 0 consists of P02, 0.02, 0.31, out of which I have divided again P0.02, P0.150 comes under pin cell 0 register, and P0.16 to P0.31 comes under pin select 1 register. And similarly, in port 1, which is from port 1.0 to 1.31, out of this, P1.0 to 1.15 I am not using anywhere here. And pin 1.16 to P1.31, these are used for pin select 2 register. Correct? Okay. Now let me come to pin cell 0 register. As we know that pin cell 0 means what? It is consisting of port number P0.0 to P0.50, correct? So now you can see here, this is a pin cell register which is having P0.0 to P0.50, 0.50. You can see here each port is having assigned with two values 0, 0. In a pin select register, each port value is assigned with a 2 bits 0 0 here, 2 bits it is assigned. Similarly, you can see here P0.1 is also assigned with 2 bits. So out of pin cell register is a 32-bit register. You can see here from 0 to 31, 32-bit register, out of which there are 2 bits are used for a single port, for a single port. So here 0 0 2 bits I am assigned for P0.0. As I told you, if P0.0 is 0 0, that means it is going to perform a first function or GPIO function, right? So you can see here all this P0.0, 0.1, 0.4, 0.7, 0.9, 0.10, 0.12, all these values are all having 0 0, correct? So that means all these pins will be performing, you can see here, all these pins will be performing GPIO function. You can see here P0.0 value is 0 0. So that means now P0.0 is a GPIO pin, correct? So similarly P0.1, 0.4, 0.7, 0.9, 0.10 are all values are 0 0. So that means all these ports are GPIO pins. But there are some few examples like P0.2 value is 10. So that means if P0.2 value is 10, that means it is going to perform the second alternate function, correct? Now P0.3 value is 01, that means it is going to perform the first alternate function. Similarly here P0.5 value is 10, that means it is going to perform second alternate function. If my P0.8 is also 10, that means 2, that means it is going to perform second alternate function. Similarly, P0.11 is also performing second alternate function, and P0.15 value is having 1, that means it is going to perform the third alternate function, right? So in this example, I have given P0 value 0.3 value is 01. You can see here P0.3 value is 01. So it performs the first alternate function. That is, what is that first alternate function in P0.3? SDA0 is that function. It is going to perform SDA0. Right. So one more example I have taken in pin cell res 0. Again, pin cell 0 is a 32-bit register. Correct. Each 2 bits are assigned for each port here. Right. So in this example, P0.0, earlier example in P0.0 value was 0 0, that means it was performing GPIO function. But now P0.0 value is having 0 1, that means it is going to perform now the first alternate function. Now what is the first alternate function? You can see here P0.0 value is 0 1. So now P0.0 function is performing the first alternate, that is TXD0. That is what we discussed in the previous slides. Correct? So similarly, P0.1, 0.8, 0.9, 0.12, all these values are 0 0. So it is going to perform the GPIO function. It is going to perform the GPIO function. So similarly, in this case, I have one more example. Now P0.3 value is 1 1, correct? So since it is 1 1, it is going to perform the third operation, third alternate function or the reserved function. So what is the third alternate function of P0.3? That is EINT1. So that means this is going to perform EINT1. So this is all about pin cell register, pin cell 0 register. Pin cell 0 register consists of P0.0 to P0.15. So similarly, next one, pin cell 1. In pin cell 1, this is a 32-bit register. It consists of port number from P0.16 to P0.31. Correct? So now again here also each port will be assigned with 2-bit values. So here P0.16 value is 0 0. That means it is going to perform GPIO function. Similarly, P0.17 is also 0 0. So that means it is going to perform GPIO function. So like this, we can see here P0.16, P0.17, P0.20.23.25.26.2028, all these values are 0, 0. So this is why it is going to perform a GPIO function, or it will act as GPIO pins. Now, if we take one example here, P0.19 value is 0, 1. That means it is going to perform the first alternate function. So P0.19 value is 0, 1. So it performs first alternate function, that is math 1.2. So math 1.2 is the first alternate function in this pin P0.19. So similarly, P0.18 value is 1, 0. So that means it is going to perform second alternate function. So the next example I have taken with pin cell 1. Again, pin cell 1 register is having a port number from P0.16 to P0.31. Now in this case, P0.16 value is 0, 1. Earlier it was 0, 0. Right? Earlier value was 0, 0. So it was acting as GPIO pin. Now P0.16 value is 0, 1. That means it is going to perform the first alternate function. You can see here P0.16 value is 0, 1. So it is going to perform the first alternate function, that is math 0.2. So P0.16 is going to perform math 0.2. Similarly, P0.17.24.25.28, all these pins value are 0, 0. So that means all these pins will act as GPIO pins. And one more thing you can see here. Now P0.19 is 1, 1. So that means it is going to perform the third alternate function. Right. Now pin select 2. Now pin select 2 is also a 32-bit register, right? Which will be consisting the port numbers from P1.16 to P1.31, right? So each port will be assigned with 2 bits, will be identified by 2 bits. So now when I have P1.16 as value as 0, 0, that means it is going to choose the first alternate function, that is the GPIO function. It will act as GPIO pin. So similarly here P1.16, P1.17, 20, 23, 25, 26, 28, all these values are 0, 0. So that means all these values, all these port number will act as GPIO pins. Now for the example, I have P1.19. So P1.19 value is 0, 1. That means it is going to perform the first alternate function. So I have written here P1.19 value is 0, 1. So it is performing the first alternate function, that is trace packet 3. Correct? So I have one more example of pin cell 2, which is, again, you should remember that it is having a port number from P1.16 to P1.31. So in this case, P1.16 value is 0, 1. So that means it is going to perform the first alternate function. So what is the first alternate function in P1.16? It is trace packet 0. So similarly, the P1.17, 1.4, 24, 25, 28, all these values are 0, 0. So all these will be acting as GPIO pins. Now coming to P1.22, 1.22 value is 0, 1. So that means it is going to perform the first alternate function. So that is pipe stat 1. Right. So this is all about the pin select register. So in the next, we'll continue with different kind of registers used in ARM7 LPC2148. Thank you.